Welcome to Stonk Insights, stock, crypto, analysis, discovery. Let's go. Today's video, we're going to be talking about Cronosphere. This is a project on a Cronos blockchain that was released earlier this month. This is a reflection token, and I have minimum experience with reflection tokens, being that I was started investing in cryptocurrencies on the BSC side of things. So I do have, a unique perspective, as I did invest in a few of those reflection tokens on the BSC side of things. So we're going to break this down with that knowledge. I noticed this project. Well, I noticed it because someone told me about it. Okay, someone told me about it. They said, you probably should do a video on it. So I just don't do videos. I have to go out there, actually look up the project. So that's what I did here. I looked up this project and I said, it may need a video. So this project looks like it was released sometime at the beginning of February at about 1 to 2 cents, I'm going to guess. And it shot all the way up here to about $3. So if you got in early on this, you are making out like a fat cat. Okay. You did incredibly well. Right now you see, it has this sideways channel here. Now, one thing, and I'm going to bring it up later on in the video when we're actually taking a look at the Cronosphere website, but one thing that you do have to keep in mind when you deal with any reflection token is the biggest mechanic of said reflection token is the volume that the token is seeing per day, per hour, or whatnot. So, I always check the volume out on these things, and Cronosphere, they did about 17K of volume in the last 24 hours. So, that's pretty good. But that's something you do have to keep aware of when you're looking at these reflection tokens. The reflections are based on volume. Is based on buys and sells. So the higher the volume, the more you're getting reflected. The lower the volume, the less you're getting reflected. So it is something you got to keep in mind when dealing with reflection tokens. Right now, it's looking like Cronosphere is sitting at about $1.21, so it is still way up from this early IPO. So if you're still holding, you're still up massively. Okay, so congratulations to whoever sold at the top. Some people had to sell for it to go down, and if you're still holding, you're not doing too bad at all. This is the Cronosphere Twitter page here. Okay, nice little graphic here of Mr. Astronaut Man. We see they have about 2,500 followers. They have about 237 tweets, so they are kind of active on here. And that's one of the things I do look up when I don't really go over it, but, activity. Are these projects active? Are they putting out information or whatnot? Now, that's not a make or break deal with these DeFi projects. You got to consider that if you take out the marketing and things like that, the DeFi project is made by developers, okay? They're not inherently marketers. They don't inherently know to go hype up a project. That's why you got to get actual marketing managers and things that come to projects. But that's just something to keep in mind. It's not have to within the DeFi space, okay? But with this project, we do see that they are kind of active. I mean, just in the last 24 hours, what was that, 4 or 5 tweets. So they are on here active. They have a Telegram group, and we're going to actually take a look at the website real quick. Okay, so we're here, Cronosphere, the best auto liquidity, reflection, and burn protocol on Cronos. This is how they explain themselves. Just taking a look at the website here. Just take a look at this 10-second video here. So this is Cronosphere. Pretty good graphic. I like the look of this website here. This is epic over here. Whatever this graphic is over here, this is epic. I don't know, Luke Skywalker fighting the Darth Sith hand or whatever they're trying to go with there. All right, this is a very important portion of it. Okay, this talks about the tax on Cronosphere and how that tax is broken up. Okay. So I'm not going to read through this whole thing. I don't think people like it when I read, but let's just kind of go over this. So with every transaction, there's a 16% tax levied upon a sender. So this is buys and sells. So we're going to get into that a little bit deeper, but okay, 16% tax on buys and sells. The 16% is broken up into 4 different sections. Okay, so half of that, 8% of that 16% are reflections. Okay, That's the taxes that are taken from the sender and then reflected back to all the holders. Okay, so 8% of that buy or sell is taken away and then given back to us. That's awesome. And then I do got to bring this up again because they even stated themselves, during times of high volume, this can increase a holder's position vastly. But that's very key. The high volume aspect is something key specific to reflection tokens. Obviously, all tokens, you want to have high volume because that means, your token is being traded in and out. But specifically with reflection tokens, to receive those reflections, you have to have a high volume environment. All right, so 4% of the liquidity, 4% is going to the liquidity just to help, build up the floor, to just decrease volatility. It just creates a better price, so you're not trying to jump in here and it goes down here, with that major volatility. So they're trying to build a floor price up so that it can be maintained at that floor. And when you see this just means that, they're actively trying to raise that floor so that the lows could be higher than they were before. All right, and then you have a 3% burn. So this is deflationary, hyper deflationary. Each transaction reduces the supply. This is an over time thing. So out of that 16%, 3% is taken out of circulation completely. And then they have a 1% development tax. So this is very low. Like I said, I come from the BSC side of things. It's just when it comes to reflection tokens. So a 1% development tax is not so bad, and that's to sustain the team and to cover any developmental marketing costs. So it's not coming out of their pockets. Okay, the ecosystem here is sustaining itself. And they state that this is going to increase the value and scarcity over time, which is going to be bringing in immense value to holders. Okay, take a look at their roadmap down here. So they're through here. They've done the pre-launch. They're listed on finance. They're on CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap. I don't think the whole analytics section is completed out there, but you can actually see them there. They've already, they're starting marketing. They have some partnerships. They're attempting to go viral. The website, I guess this is the redesigned look that they have here. They have an NFT collection. They have a market. Well, this is next. So part 4 is an NFT collection in the marketplace and with a pool casino. So we see that, they still have some other aspects they're trying to go through. And you see point 5 here is any other community adoption plans. The journey never ends. So they do state that they're going to be continually building this out. So that's awesome. This is an awesome graphic of the tokenomics here, okay? So just say that you put $100 in here. This is telling you exactly what's happening to that $100, okay? So when you put in $100 in, $84 is not taxed, okay? So your $84 is still within the pool or whatnot. 16% of that, so $16, $4 is going to the auto liquidity pool on finance. $8 is going to reflections to everyone else. So $8 of your $100 is being shared amongst the other holders. $3 is just taken out of existence. It's permanently burned. It's left out of circulation. Now, I'm saying dollars, but it's actually the Sphere token. We're just using dollars, to try to get a fiat world sense of it. And then 1% of the Chronosphere is going to development fund, which we went over. Okay, so this is an awesome graphic. This shows you exactly what's happening to your money once you put it into Chronosphere. All right, so we are going to take at how do I buy Chronosphere? Okay, a sphere. Okay, so you buy it from finance. This is the slippage is set at 0.5%. So I actually had to ask about this. Normally, you set the slippage to whatever the reflection amount is going to be. One of the partners stated, though, once you look this up on a Cronos Explorer, that you do notice that 16% tax is taken away. Okay, so if you put in $100, you go check the Cronos Explorer, you will notice that $84 is being utilized while the other $16 being sent for those taxes. Okay, so this is something to keep in mind. Now, the sales side of things, this is more in line with what I remember. Okay, so the Sphere is available on finance. So to sell it, you have to set your slippage to 16 to 20%. And this is that tax area. Okay, so normally when you're buying it, you have to set it to that slippage, but they're saying that you don't have to do it here. But for sales, you do have to set it to the slippage of 16 to 20%. And then this is also important, like how will I receive reflections? Okay, so some some reflection tokens, they wait a 24-hour period to reflect to you, or 2-hour period, or so many reflections per epoch. This is stating that on every transaction, you buy and sell, you should see your balance go up. And they're so bold to say, take a screenshot, wait for a few transactions to go through, then check your screenshot against your current balance. You should see an increased balance. And then these dead wallets, okay, this is the wallet where the burn sphere is going to, okay? So, whenever you make a buy or a sell, that 3% that's being burnt is being sent to one of these dead wallets. So I kind of like this. This is regarding the Chronosphere roadmap. So the Chronosphere team believes in maintaining a living roadmap. I think I like the term that, a living roadmap. So it's not something that's just set in stone. It's something that can evolve over time. And I guess with community input, it will evolve. If the devs or the marketing people, if they're not taking everything into their hands, they're putting some of that into the community's hand to evolve the Cronosphere over time. So I think that's an awesome idea that they came up with. This is just a quick look at the team here. We have Young Crypto, which is the lead developer. We have At Lord Investments, which is the lead strategist. We have Dark Maze 12, which is a social media manager. We have Papa Gas, product community manager. We have Matt Norris, who's a social media manager. We have JP Morgan. So he's the one who's actually reached out to me, and told me about this project. So shout out to him. He's also, gave me some clue to the buys and sells as to why the buy is a 0.5% slippage. And, he instructed myself and anyone else that if you don't believe that you're getting that 16% tax, to check your Cronos Explorer transaction. And we see we have some of their social media links here. Telegram, they're on Twitter, we just looked that up. They're on Reddit, they're on Facebook, and they have this Medium post here. So that is the video for you guys. So what do you guys think? Are you in Cronosphere? Are you in any other reflection token? What do you guys think of reflection tokens on the whole sense? Like I said, I was heavily at the beginning to reflection tokens on the BSC side. I kind of turned away from it just because, the mechanics didn't fit my needs at the time. But, this looks like a solid project, and if you're interested, you can come check it out for yourself. You can go through their white paper, their docs, their site, their Twitter page, go through everything, just so you can get a full understanding of what Cronosphere is trying to do, how you can become profitable with it, and just the ecosystem in the whole. Thank you guys for watching this video. Again, subscribe here if you're new. I talk about stock, I talk about crypto. Like this video if you like this video. I don't know anything about that YouTube algorithm, but if you like this video, you will be helping out your boy, and I do appreciate it. I'll catch you in the next one.